Hey there! So, if you've ever stood over a putt feeling like it's some kind of mystical art that you just can't crack, then you are in the right place. We're going to break down a really cool science-based method for completely transforming your putting. It's called the Puttalyze Concept, and it's all about building a system you can actually rely on. Let's get into it.
I mean, this is the question, right? It drives so many of us golfers completely crazy. One day, you're draining everything in sight, and the next, you can't buy a putt. That frustration, it comes from treating putting like it's an art, something that's just based on feel and luck. But what if we could treat it like a science? What if we could build a system, a process, that we can count on every single time we step on the green?
And well, that's exactly what the Puttalyze concept is all about. This isn't just another collection of tips and tricks you find online. No, this is a complete methodology. It takes all the important stuff, like how your body moves, how to read a green, your rhythm, and even hard data, and it fuses them into one single powerful system.
So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through the 4 core pillars that this whole system is built on: distance control, the setup, the stroke, and finally, reading and aiming. Then, we'll see how they all lock together to make you a way more consistent putter.
Okay, let's start with the absolute foundation, pillar number 1, distance control. And I really can't stress this enough. Everything else we're going to talk about, from reading the break to aiming perfectly, it all falls apart if you can't master this first. It truly is the cornerstone of great putting.
Now this right here challenges what most of us believe. We get so obsessed with our line, thinking, oh, I must have aimed wrong. But the reality is, the vast majority of missed putts are not because of bad direction, they're because of bad speed. Think about it. A perfectly aimed putt that's hit way too hard or way too soft is never ever gonna go in.
So here's the crucial point. Distance control isn't really about your muscles or grooving some perfect mechanical stroke. It's neurological. It's all about training your brain, specifically a part of your brain called the cerebellum, to connect the feeling of a movement with the result you see on the green. We're basically building an internal calibration system.
So how in the world do we do that? With this super simple but incredibly powerful daily drill, the Core-Putt Drill. Just grab 3 balls. Your only goal is to make all 3 of them stop at the exact same distance using the exact same rhythm. Now, here's the secret sauce. After you hit that 3rd ball, turn your head to the side. It's a subtle move, but it helps your brain lock in that feel for the day's green speed. It's your daily tune-up.
All right, on to pillar number 2, the setup. So, once we have a good feel for distance, we absolutely need a reliable starting position. You know, a great putt doesn't start with the swing, it starts before you even move the club. A solid setup is all about creating consistency.
Here are the key checkpoints for you. First, start with the putter face just a little bit behind the ball. This encourages a nice stroke through the ball. Make sure your eyes are over the line and your shoulders are square but also relaxed, no tension. And maybe most importantly, the engine of your stroke should be your big muscles, your shoulders and your core, not your small, twitchy hand muscles.
And here is a fantastic mental trick to help with that. I want you to visualize an invisible laser wall right at your target line. So many golfers, without even realizing it, slow down right at the moment of impact. Your goal is not to hit at the ball, it's to swing the putter head smoothly through that laser wall. This promotes acceleration and gives you a much purer roll. Okay, so we have our feel for distance, we have a solid setup. Now it's time for pillar 3, the stroke itself. And the big idea here is to just get out of our own way. We're trying to shift away from all those rigid mechanical thoughts and move towards rhythm and athletic instinct.
Just look at this comparison, because it really gets to the root of so much putting anxiety. The huge mistake we all make is trying to consciously control every single millimeter of the stroke. That just creates a ton of tension. The solution? Try thinking of it more like dancing. It should be smooth, it should flow, and it should have a consistent tempo.
This quote from the putting guru Jeff Mangum just says it all perfectly. Your job is not to manage the moment of impact. Your job is simply to create a consistent rhythm and then just let the stroke happen. You have to trust the system you're building. So what does that actually look like in practice? This routine is all about creating an athletic putting stroke. Here's how it works. Step 1, just visually see the distance. Step 2, feel your rhythm, kind of like a metronome taking in your head. 3, Decide on the size of the stroke you need for that distance. 4. Confirm that feeling. 5. Pick your line. And finally, step 6. Just execute with the rhythm you just rehearsed. See? It takes all the overthinking right out of the equation.
All right, on to our final pillar, reading and aiming. We've built the engine of our putting stroke, now we need to learn how to aim that engine properly. And we're going to do that by moving away from guesswork and towards science.
Here's a simple 3-step process for you. First, before you even get to your ball, read the whole green. Ask yourself a simple question. If I poured a bucket of water right here, where would it go? That's the overall slope, or what we call the fall line. Second, stand directly behind your ball to get a true picture of the break. Don't stand off to the side just yet. And third, use data to find your precise target.
And this is where it gets really cool. The Puttalyze system uses an app that takes all these inputs, like the green speed, the slope, and the distance, and it does all the physics calculations for you. So instead of just guessing, I'll aim about a cup outside left, it gives you a precise number. Like in this example, the aim point is exactly 0.19 meters. It turns a wild guess into a confident calculation.
So let's put all 4 of those pillars together. You can probably start to see now how they aren't just separate skills, but they're all interconnected parts of one single, complete system.
See how it all flows together? Your calibrated distance control gives you that solid foundation. Your repeatable setup makes sure you start the same way every time. Your rhythmic stroke lets you be an athlete without tension getting in the way. And your accurate aiming gives you a precise target that you can actually trust. The end result is what we've been after all along, a repeatable system that gets rid of that frustrating, inconsistent feel.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. You now have the blueprint for building a truly elite putting game, right from the ground up. The real question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go back to the course and just keep relying on guesswork and hope? Or are you ready to actually start building your own reliable, repeatable system?